good afternoon and welcome. I'm Karen Marsdale on staff of the Greater Reading Chamber of Commerce Alliance, and welcome to our Member Spotlight, where we have an opportunity to have a chat with our chamber members, and I will tell you it's a lot of fun because we have members just all over the board in terms of what they do, what their passions are, and how they are helping our community. So today is someone who is with me who actually we know well because he's done some work at the chamber, and I love this. So Craig Stonaha has a company called Laughing Rock Technology. Now, do we all get the pun here?
See, now I feel like you steal a little bit of the magic from the name when I explain it.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But no, it's just my last name.
Yes.
So Stonaha, Laughing Rock.
Stonaha, Laughing Rock. Hello. Hey, that's so cool. So, Craig, you've got a lot of energy, and you've got just a lot of talent. And, I'd love to see young entrepreneurs just kind of doing it and making a success out of what they do. You've started in sales and marketing. But you had a penchant for technology, which God bless you, because not everybody does, but I'm thrilled for those who do, who can help us. So tell us a little bit about your journey and then Laughing Rock, because it's really a cool story.
Well, we'll do the journey first.
Sure.
It wasn't a very dramatic journey. Came out of college, went right into corporate, and found myself in corporate sales, and I enjoyed it. It definitely wasn't for me, but it was a great place to visit right after college. And then on 9/11, I got a little introspective and decided that I didn't want to spend the rest of my career in a corporate environment. I wanted to go do something, so I went back to grad school at Villanova, and went for electrical engineering and computer engineering, and ended up back in Reading as an executive at Greth Homes. And one of the things I did there was I ran their technology department, and rode that beautiful, construction wave through the mid-2000s. And then, well, by pure luck, I just kind of wandered away right around the time the whole thing, I wasn't prophetic, I didn't know, I just got lucky and wandered off to start my own thing right as the whole house of cards came down.
Wow.
And that's where Laughing Rock came from. But it was ultimately born from frustration. Because in the mid-2000s, tech was still in its infancy for the most part, and everybody was specialized. So if you were an executive in the IT world trying to manage a company, 50% of your day was spent managing finger pointing. The web people were pointing fingers at the networking guys were pointing fingers, and everybody had their own role and everything was specialized, so you never really got anywhere.
Sure.
So the main reason we started this company was just call us. We do all of it, we'll take care of all of it. If we don't take care of it, we'll take care of your issue, we'll contact who has to be contacted, but one place to call and that's it.
Yeah, that is so true, even in our little shop, at the chamber. Now the Chamber of Commerce Alliance with our economic development partners. But, I think that people who are not particularly, and I can't imagine being, a VP of technology, because honestly, I think there's the sense that you just press a button and everything goes right, and there's so many nuances that things can be challenging both on the website and on the technical side. So what has been since opening the company, what has been the biggest achievement that you've been proudest of?
Our team. We've built a team. I was most nervous when starting this. I mean, IT has a little bit of a reputation for unique personalities.
Sure.
So in the beginning, we had a hard time hiring. Just finding good talent that could also work with customers and have a conversation.
Yes, absolutely.
So, and this was something that made me nervous from day one was, am I always going to be a one-man shop? Am I going to be stuck in this role, which is not what I want to do?
Right.
But over the years, and it really started, and I hope she watches this, Deb Pletcher, thank you. Our office manager, Deb, came on, and she became the rock in Laughing Rock. She really became the team member I built the team around. And we just started building out from there, and we found some great people, some phenomenal personalities, some brilliant men and women that are also great at customer service. And I think when I look back, we've done some amazing projects. We've built our own products. We've designed our own software. But when I'm out for an extended period of time, maybe a few days off, or I take a week's vacation, and I see how the team works together without me, I think that makes me feel replaceable, but also very happy.
Sure. Well, you know what? I mean, people are your biggest asset, and sometimes they can be a liability. And what you're, I mean, obviously, you know, there are people who do what you do really well, but one of the biggest challenges, I think, for those of us who become users for having our vendors is really the people engagement. And because I'm sure most of the companies that you're working with, not everybody there is a techno wizard. So they're dealing with the staff who just make it work. Just make it work. I just want to make the computer work or the phone system, as you've done with us. And I feel badly even in our little office, in our little team, for the person who gets every single phone call, or everybody marching down the hall to her and saying, "This isn't working for me."
Right.
So, but how have you felt in terms of also building a company? Because I know you're a real entrepreneur. You have more than one company.
Absolutely.
So it seems like you're either not really good at delegating, or you're just not sleeping at night. So, or maybe it's a little bit of both, right?
Well, I think any entrepreneur spends a decent amount of time not sleeping.
Sure.
That comes with the territory. But a lot of it is I do try to stay above. I try to stay out of the weeds as much as possible.
Sure.
And if you surround yourself with good people, that's a very realistic thing.
That is so true.
We actually have a number of tenets. We don't have a core philosophy for our company, but we have a lot of things that we stand by, and one of them is we don't micromanage. Now we have that advantage in the sense that we're small enough, and there's only about a dozen of us, 15 of us in the office. So if you're not doing your job, somebody's going to catch it pretty
Sure.
quick. But at the same time, we're not going to do the finger pointing. We don't play the blame game.
Mm-hmm.
We don't micromanage each other's staff. And these are things that is part of the culture there, which really generates a feeling of independence amongst the men and women that work there, because they know there's not going to be someone standing over their shoulder. They know they're responsible for their work, and they know if something, when something goes wrong, because it's technology. Things will go wrong.
Oh my gosh, right, absolutely.
But when something goes wrong, there's not going to be any finger pointing. It's not about whose fault is it. It's about what did we do wrong as a team, and what policies and procedures do we put in place moving forward to make sure this never happens to anyone else.
Sure.
And a lot of that has fostered this almost communications community amongst the team, that they realize none of these games are happening in our office, so let's all work together, because that's the only way we're going to get anywhere.
Sure.
And it allows me to kind of step back and work on whatever I need to work on, which
absolutely is a lot. So how long have you been a chamber member?
2008, I believe.
Which was a great decision on your part.
Thank you.
And so share with me, if you will, just before we end, is there what value have you gotten out of the chamber?
I have met some amazing men and women at the chamber. I would say the last 2 years, though, have been very interesting for me, because there's been a lot of changes going on at the chamber, and for the first time since being a member. Now, in the beginning, we were small, and I was not as involved as I would have liked to have been. But as we've grown, I've been able to get more and more involved, and watching the chamber get more inclusive, watching it work closer with the Latino chamber, watching it work closer with the Manufacturing Association, things like that. The people I've met by having this kind of expansion of the chamber's sphere of influence has been one of the neatest things in the last couple of years. I mean, organizations and individuals I may not have ever had access to.
Wow.
That now I'm seeing them at events, we're running into each other, and it's been, I love the direction that it's heading in. I feel like every year we're getting more value out of it. And I think it's been a neat experience over the last 10 years.
That's great, because we were just having a conversation internally, and we were just talking about that, and our CEO was saying to another one of our staff folks who gets out a lot because he's in membership sales, and he said, what have you been hearing, on the street about us, and what is it that, is anybody seeing some of the differences that we're making, or the fact that, we're getting really, really engaged in things that really matter to this community. And so that's great, because this is a testimonial this afternoon on those things that we were talking about this morning.
I, Craig Stonaha, approve this message.
I love that. I love that. Well, it's been great having you here today, Craig. And honestly, thanks for all you do for us at the Chamber. When you get that phone call from our Teresa, and who really is our rock too, and for just a great story. I love it. So thank you for being here.
Thank you so much.